Hey guys, Haro here, Haro Group, Keller Williams Historic District, Greenville, South Carolina. So today I'm with Joey Maxwell from Salle, Galloway, and we were talking about closings together and what you as a buyer or a seller of a real estate in a real estate transaction could expect as fees that come from the lender. We had like 6 or 7 things, not the lender, excuse me, the closing attorney. And every closing attorney is a little bit different here in the state of South Carolina, so there's gonna be some minor differences in some of this, but these are kind of the major buckets. And the first thing we talked about is just the attorney's fees, right?
That's right. Yeah, there will be an attorney fee on both sides of the transaction, on the seller side and the buyer side. Sometimes you'll see it on the seller side described as a document prep fee. That's our fee for drafting the deed and other seller documents. And on the buyer side, a lot of times you'll see it as a closing fee or a flat attorney fee, which is more or less the fee for our time to do the closing and handle the other aspects behind the scenes prior to the closing.
Yeah, because they're like working with the lender and both parties and agents and all that kind of stuff to bring everything together. So that's like one of the biggest buckets is the attorney's fees. Then you got something called lender's title insurance and owner's title insurance. What is title insurance?
Right. So title insurance, we as closing attorneys are agents for the insurance companies, and we will issue a title insurance policy that warrants your ownership of the property. So if anyone ever made a claim, an ownership claim to the property, that insurance company would stand behind that claim and reimburse you for any expenses you may incur as a result of their challenge to your ownership. So more or less they will defend your title and make sure you're whole and make sure that you in fact do own that property.
So title insurance, both the lender gets covered and the owner gets covered for, they're paying a premium at closing.
That's right. It is.
The attorney acts as agent, and that covers the lender and the owner in case there's someone from 30 years ago says they have a claim to the property.
That's exactly right.
Got it.
And the policy does cover, like Haro said, the lender as well. Their policy would not necessarily kick in unless they had an issue and had to foreclose. But the owner's policy is effective immediately, and it does last for the duration of your ownership. And the premium that you pay at closing is a one-time premium, so you will never have to make another premium payment.
That's a good point. So let's talk about title. That's one of the other main fees is this title abstract, title search. What are you guys doing there? Because that's part of the fees at closing as well.
It is, yeah. So that fee really is a vendor fee for us. So we reach out to third-party title abstractors, and they research the history of the property for the last 40 years through the Register of Deeds Office.
Wow.
and other sources, and to ensure that no one else does have a claim, and to make sure that we are able to issue the policy. And if we were unable to issue the policy because of an issue, we would then try to resolve it prior to the closing.
Awesome. So we got 3 major buckets. We got the attorney's fees, we got the lenders and owners title insurance, and then you got this some of this work on researching the property before closing. And then there's some kind of minor fees there too, like a wire fee and a storage fee and that kind of stuff. So those are really minor and smaller ones. Anything else that we've missed here?
No, that's typically it. Those minor fees are more or less fees that we incur through our business. By sending wires, by entering into these other contracts with vendors to store your documents electronically. So 10, 15 years down the road, you can revert back to those sources and pull your documents if you're unable to find them.
Yeah, one of which, and we'll wrap here, is the recording fee, right? We got to record each closing at the county.
That's right. So the deed will be recorded with the county, and if you use a lender, the mortgage will be recorded as well. So those fees you typically will see on the settlement statement, and depending on what the contract says, depends on who pays for those fees.
That's right. So that's the last thing, and we'll close on that. However, the contract gets negotiated, we'll decide who pays for all this stuff, as Joey said. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys have more questions, feel free to just respond to this email. Ask me. If it's something I can't answer, I'll get Joey or one of the other attorneys at Salle to chime in. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.